Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, I am so excited to share with you my tarot reference collection. So I get asked a lot about what reference book I would recommend, so I thought I would share with you this collection. We can kind of go through each book to kind of get snippets about how they would be read and used, what I like about them, what I don't like about them. That way you can make your own informed decision about whether that particular book would be right for you and your practice. So there's a lot of different styles here. There's a lot of different types. There's even a spread book in here. So I'm excited to go through. I'll be doing it in sections, so it's not very overwhelming. And then that way we can pinpoint exactly what you would like to see. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. All right, let's start with this tarot spread book. This is the complete book of tarot spreads by Evelyn Berger and Johannes Fiebig. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. So it includes 122 layouts. As you can tell, it's quite new. I haven't had this for a long period of time, but it does go in depth for each spread that you would like to do. A bunch of different sections in here. So first of all, this is the table of contents. So you have the basics for practicing and then the layouts. So we have layouts for every day, tendencies and perspectives, relaxation exercises, concentration and composure exercises, searching, questions, partnerships and relationships, life journeys, major layouts and departures, preview and overview as well. And then it goes into a little bit about tarot and astrology. But as you can see here, it goes really in depth in each spread, and I really enjoy playing around with these and figuring out what is going to work best for the question that I have for myself. I don't really use this for pick a card readings just because a lot of these end up having a lot of tarot cards, and I don't think a lot of you would like to sit through that long of a reading. My readings are already long enough. But as you can see here, there's a bunch of different spreads to try out. I think this retails for $9.95 and it's published by Sterling Ethos, so it's not that big of an expense if you're looking to try different spreads out, practice that way. I highly recommend, because it's just an all-around good thing to have for your practice. Okay, this is my quick reference section. So we have we have 4 books here, and 3 of them are Liz Dean. So this first one is The Art of Tarot by Liz Dean. This is a great reference book to take with you if you are traveling, if you're still learning but don't want a big old book. It gives you some spreads here to help you out. It doesn't go terribly in depth with, the symbolism and each of the descriptions, that sort of thing. It gives you enough information to help you with your reading. It gives you the keywords, upright meaning, and reverse meaning. And that's essentially all you need in a quick reference book. However, some people might need a little bit more. But like I said, this is all quick reference. This is something that you can stick in your purse, in your travel bag, and keep with you. And, if inspiration does not strike you at that time, you can turn to it quickly and be like, oh yeah, I remember what that is. So this is a great one to keep on you. I got this at the thrift store for $1. I don't know. Let's see if I can pull it off here. No, that was a failed attempt. But anyway, it wasn't that expensive when I looked it up either. So great one to have on hand if you need a quick reference guide and you need something small and easily accessible. So the next one by Liz Dean is the Tarot Companion. This is a portable guide to reading the cards for yourself and others. This is again a quick reference one. This retails for $19.99 in the US, $12.99 in the UK, and $25.99 in Canada. This is published by Fair Winds. This is one that I use quite a lot with whatever I do. I always like to have this as a reference because it is quick to look through and it's brightly colored. It's fantastic. As you can see in the table of contents, you get everything and it's all fully colored. So for instance, here you go. We have the Hangman. It gives you the key meanings down below, and then upright meaning. And then it can also relate to the home, relationships, career, and money. Then it gives you a reverse meaning and the wisdom message here. So it's well done. It's quick, concise, to the point, and you definitely get exactly what you needed. It's great for beginners needing help, and this is, you know, one that I still like to reference when I'm having those moments of like, wait, what? Or if I want to do like more of a research, I look to this one. I recommend this for a lot of the beginners because it's just so well put together. It's easy to comprehend. It's great. And it is very portable. It's not too big to where you can't just tuck it in a bag. The next one, this was a bit of a toss-up for me. The How to Deal, Tarot for Everyday Life. This is written by Sammy Main, illustrated by Marisa de la Peña. It's cute. It's like very kawaii. This retails for $15.99 in the US, $19.99 in Canada, published by HarperCollins. This is very quick, very little information. There's a lot of space that was left for notes, which is fantastic. There's some like prompts too, where you can help connect with the cards. So if you are someone who likes to do journaling or note taking, more of a workbook style, this might be for you. But it is, for me, it's not my favorite. It's one of the ones where I can pass on. I feel like this is just a little too broad. It's not very cohesive as far as giving you all of the information. It's kind of like a little blurb. So if you're a beginner, it might be okay just to kind of get the overall feeling of a deck, but there's no reversals. It kind of just gives you like an overview, and it's more of like a workbook kind of situation. So I don't really recommend this one strictly because there's not quite a lot of information. If I'm going to get a reference book, I want it to be pretty in-depth, but that's just me personally. But there are a lot of neat spreads in there to practice on. And like I said, it's more of a workbook. So if you own this, let me know how you like it. I like I said, I didn't really vibe with it that much, but you know, got to try it out. And then my other favorite Liz Dean book here, we have The Ultimate Guide to Divination. The Beginner's Guide to Using Cards, Crystals, Runes, Palmistry, and more. So this is just a huge overview book, a big reference book with enough information to get you by here. So for instance, about divination, then we have the crystals, then we have traces, so the tea leaf readings, palmistry, card reading, numerology, and scrying. So there's a lot in here, a lot of good information. Like the runes really helped me. As you can see, it's bookmarked. The runes were great. Lots of information, but it's done in a way that it's not overwhelming, and you can go straight to your reference here with the color coordinated page numbers. So all of this information here, but I wanted to show you, there's palmistry. I wanted to show you the tarot here. So with playing cards and tarot, the information, so much information here. I respect Liz Dean a lot. I think her information is on point and it's very detailed. So here it is with the playing cards, and then it goes to tarot. Okay, so reading with the tarot cards, and it gives you background. It gives you how to even begin, what kind of questions, numerology, reverse cards, choosing a spread, and then we have color cards as well. So all of this is fantastic. Great little charts. We also have spreads here. So past, present, and future, the 3 card, the Celtic cross, then the week ahead, and the whole picture. And then it goes into each card here. So there's also, what I love about this too is advice. So if you are using these for more personal readings, like a card a day, I like to look at the advice for the card that I pull for the day and kind of take that into consideration with how I plan out my day. So if I pull the full, the advice would be embrace adventure, but know the risks. So it's a great, like, overall view of how to use the tarot. And it goes really in depth enough to where you get it and you understand it. However, it's not the be all end all with descriptions. So the minors are going to be a little light on the descriptions, but you get enough information to help you. But if you're looking for an all-around overview of all things divination, this is one of my favorites to go to just because it's packed with information and it's easy to digest. Right, this book rubbed me the wrong way, and it might not be for everybody. It might be just how I perceived it reading through. But this is The Language of Tarot, A Proven System for Reading the Cards by Janine Reed. Now, you can look at this in a couple different ways. I read through it enough to know that it was not for me, not written for my type of practice. It's very structured, and the way that she likes to give you information, it is like the be all end all. There's no wiggle room for discussion, and I didn't really like that. And the way that it's set up too is very hard to digest the information. So I wasn't really into how she wrote it. And I mean, no tea, no shade. It's probably just the way that I took it, but I don't really like how it was set up and the information that I saw. So it could just be me. Like I said, I'm not trying to, send hate or anything like that toward the author at all, because every person practices differently. And that's why these references are interesting to go through one by one, so you guys can see whether that's a good fit for you or not. And I'm explaining why it's not a good fit for me. So I felt that the information was just too structured and not enough of it. Okay, so for instance, we have the court cards here. Where did they go? It's very hard to get through and look through. I don't know where my information is coming from. So Queen of Pentacles, for instance. So shorthand, the right job. Traditional, a woman who can successfully handle both career and family. An earth sign woman, a practical woman, a nurturer. And the reverse, the wrong job, is shorthand. And then traditional, a woman who cannot nurture a family and have a career at the same time. There can be problems with the reproductive system, having trouble conceiving. So that is basically all of the reference for that court card. And then it goes into the spreads, and then it gives you how to do a reading. It's not the cards that they are referencing. It's not information about that really at all, because this is what you get. This is the information. That's it. A couple of lines here. So then it does go into some spreads. We've got, charts, which are great, but I feel like there's no wiggle room. This is very structured. The court cards are supposed to look a certain way, and that's it. They're that specific gender. That's it. But like I said, this is the one out of my collection where I'm I cannot vibe with it at all. It is not for me. So let me know if you've read this, if you feel the same way. I'd be interested to know if you got the same kind of vibe as I did. All right. This section is my in-depth reference section. So these are going to be all of the books that have detailed instructions, detailed symbolism, imagery, all of that within the books. And some of them are very old. I'm not sure, like I said before, if you can still purchase them, but I'll be letting you in on which ones I still love to use to this day. So the first one is the David Fontana's Essential Guide to the Tarot. This is a thick book, and I'm not sure how much it retails for or anything like that, but I can tell you it is fantastic. So this is one that goes in depth with the symbols. Oh, Watkins is the publisher. There's a lot. So a lot of good information is in this book, as well as some spreads. It is color coordinated up top. Gives you a whole bunch of information about symbols, background. Then we go into the spreads. We've got a lot to work with here. But I wanted to show you, so here is, where did it go? The Fool. So it gives you background on the card, it gives you keywords, and then you go to the next page and it breaks down all of the symbols that are in the card. So you would want to compare with this symbolism with your current deck to see if there's any similarities, because some of them, modern decks might not have the same symbols in them as, maybe this one or the Rider-Waite-Smith or Thoth, etc. And then it does have starting points down here and then variations as well, which is awesome. So it talks about the Marseille version, Golden Dawn. It's just really awesome to see the comparisons. And it's like that with each of the cards here. And then you go into the minors. It doesn't go as in depth with each card of the symbolism, but you still have a bunch of great information. Element, personality, and values. It gives you the numerology, what the wands mean, and then the meaning. So it does give you enough information, and it goes in depth more for the major than it does the minor, but that's okay. We also have lots of spreads back here. Tree of Life, just huge spread. But yeah, lots of fantastic information. It's a great resource if you are just beginning and you want to dive in deeper, but you don't want to be overwhelmed with a lot of information. Highly recommend. Then we have two old ones, as you can see, very beat up. I love this one so much because it goes super in depth with the symbolism. So this is the Complete Guide to Tarot by Eden Gray. And this is very much based on the Rider-Waite system. There's a table of contents. I couldn't tell you how much this is, but I absolutely adore this because it goes so in depth with the symbolism. Then it gives you the divinatory meaning and the key words. And then it goes through like that for each of the major arcana or the minor arcana as well. And then we do have some information on shuffling, how to read them, how to keep them. And then we have some spreads here, like old book here. The horoscope method, like just very good info. Like there's just, this is like back in the day book, before it was actually like not taboo. I mean, this is fantastic. Highly, highly love this one. Then we have the Complete Book of Tarot by Juliet Sharman Burke. Step-by-step guide. This goes in depth as well, but it's a little bit more based upon the symbolism than like keywords, big description, meanings, and reversals. It's more of, the background and how you could read through it with the mythos. So it follows the fool's journey here, and it's very interesting how they go about the charting with it. So everything is in sections with all of that. It's hard for me to kind of break it down for you, but I really do enjoy the background in this. And then it does give you information on the minors as well. It's a little tricky to kind of go through because the way that it's set up with each card's sections are different. It's split up in the way that the Fool's Journey would be. So it might be a little bit harder for beginners. I wouldn't really recommend it for beginners. It's more of a let's get more in depth with each card meaning. So, like I said, it's just a fun, different look at the cards and its imagery. Okay, then this is one of my favorites, Tarot, Your Personal Guide. This is an In Focus book, and I really enjoyed this one. This is by Stephen Bright, and it does have a little tarot wall chart in the back here. It is a little big old poster. So I really enjoy this style because it breaks it down in a really great way. So I highly recommend this. How many times did I say that in this video? For beginners, because of how it's broken down. So it gives you so much information. And then for each card, both the major and the minor, you have a breakdown of the card's energy. You have the card's energy as a situation, as a person, and then it gives you prompts with how to, questions for yourself and how you relate to the card, as well as the keywords and reverse meanings. So Every single card has this, and it's full color print. So even the minors, and I love how it's broken down. I love that you can definitely see where the energy is coming from within the imagery. Love it. And it does have a couple spreads, I believe, in the back here. So a lot more of information, but it's broken down, like I said, easily digestible for beginners. Recommend that one. Then this is my newest find that I absolutely love. This is Guided Tarot for Seamless Readings by Stephanie Caponi. I found this at Five and Below, so it's a little bit off colored. The one that you can find at on Amazon or in Barnes & Noble is a little bit more brighter colored. I don't know if that means anything, but anyway, for $5 I picked it up. This goes in depth again, and it's broken down in a way that just makes sense. There's so much information in here that's super useful, and it's broken down in a way, like I said, that just is easy. It doesn't stress anybody out, and it's enough information to get you going as a beginner. And then if you are somebody who's experienced with reading the tarot, it gives you more insight as well that maybe you weren't thinking about. And these spreads are great too. Like I said, having a reference book with a lot of spreads really gives you the whole experience. It breaks things down. It helps you play around and figure out what, how you read the best. So then when we go into the card meanings, you got 2 pages here. We've got key meanings, reverse key meanings, the numerology, astrology, which is fantastic too. And then over here it goes into the symbolism. And then here we have the divinatory meaning for general, for love, for career, for just personal and spiritual, and then reversed. And then we have like a prompt here as well. So how are you acting as the magician in your life? So if you are somebody who journals, if you're somebody who likes to just have those internal questions and think about it throughout the day, this is fantastic. So again, it goes into it with the minors the same way as well. So very in-depth information, even the back here, like a quick reference guide. So very beginner friendly. This is like, I wish I would have had this book when I was starting out. I love it. And then the last 2 here. So How to Read Tarot. This is more in depth. This is by, who is this by? I'll find it. Fall River Press. Doesn't give me an author. But anyway, it gives you a bunch of information as well. So we have so much in here, as well as the information on the card's energy. This is a great pocket guide as well, but it gives you so much information about symbols, about numerology, about everything in how you would read tarot. It's very in-depth. Very much wished this was around when I was beginning it too. This was one that I got when I was further along in my path. But I really do enjoy using it as far as, you know, getting the more symbolism and all of that. Because again, you can never know enough, right? You can always have more information. And then we have a glossary at the back too. So couldn't tell you the author for this, but I do recommend this. This I found at Barnes & Noble. And then the last book in our series, we have The Book of Tarot, A Guide for Modern Mystics by Danielle Noel. Fantastic. This gives you a lot of information as well. And she uses her Star Child deck as the pictures for each card meaning here. So there's a lot of info. I really do enjoy it. We've got the keywords up there about the card. We've got astrology, gemstones, as well as divinatory message, questions to ask, and reversed. So it's very well done. I love the style of this. It's fantastic. Just beautifully done. Beautifully done with the imagery. And then we do have spreads in the back too. So again, all of these are going to be more of your own preference. I feel like this is a great modern version of a tarot reference guide. I like that these flaps come out that you can mark the spot. Just very well done. And this one was $16.99 in the US and $22.99 in Canada. So not a bad deal for this at all. It's just beautiful. I really like how it's done. And like I said, having a reference guide that makes sense to you is just as important as finding a deck that you connect with and vibe with as well. So any of these I really do recommend for you in this section, because this is going to give you a more in-depth look at your cards' energies and learning the deck. I do like the quick reference ones if you're just needing a quick like recharge or refresher, or if you're taking it to travel. But if you are a beginner and you want to go in depth, any of these will work really well for you. But my top would be this Danielle Noel, the Guided Tarot, Tarot for Your Personal Guide, and then the Essential Guide. These right here, as well as the Liz Dean book here. So these 5 are going to be my recommendations for anybody. Whatever level you're at, I think they're great to have in your arsenal. But that's my tarot collection. I hope that this helped. I hope that it gave you some ideas for where to start looking, what to maybe look for when you're searching for a reference guide, but how the information is broken down and how you process it and what you're looking for within those helps a lot when looking for a reference guide. Because like I said, some are quick, some just don't vibe with you, and some are really well done. So those are my picks. I hope this helped. I hope this was an interesting video for you. But yeah, it's interesting how many books you collect over your practice. And I still want to dive more into the newer releases of the decks, just because I want to be able to give my opinion for you guys asking again. These are just the ones that I've collected over the years of my practice. And if you want me to start looking at more current reference books, please let me know. I'd be glad to check them out, read through them, and give you my opinion. Maybe we can start like a little book series as well. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.